blog called AndroidAdvisors.com, and we get around 3 million page views per month. And we cover both SAM firmware, CyanogenMod, and the stock ROMs.
Okay.
So we had a few questions.
Sure.
So here's Neil Pradeep.
So first up, actually, since you told that there is no funding for running this CyanogenMod, so tomorrow will you be coming up with a new CyanogenMod smartphone in accordance with that?
We have no plans for that at the moment. There has been some buzz around it, so as you probably heard, there were some people on the CyanogenMod project that showed interest in actually having a phone running CyanogenMod in the future. And yeah, that interest is there, but we have no specific plans at the moment.
Okay. And many of the users who have flashed their phones with the CyanogenMod firmware have literally bricked their phones, or might be due to incorrect procedure followed. So is there any way to get back to the ROMs? Because
yes.
What we have seen that in your procedure, you have mentioned that how to back up the stock ROM.
Okay.
But even though after backing up the stock ROM,
How do we restore to the stock ROM?
yeah, when they are restoring it, at that moment they are breaking up the phones.
Okay. So the thing is, lots of people follow instructions from places like XDA, posts from random users, and we usually don't advise that because usually they aren't covering all the cases, and we had several issues with people posting wrong instructions, which led to device breaks at times. And we are not talking about exactly device breaks because most of them are recoverable. Okay, it's really hard to break an Android phone. I mean, really hard. And I tell you from experience because I even tried replacing the lowest in parts of some phones, and it's not an easy thing to do.
Okay.
And if you follow the procedure on our wiki, we usually for every specific device, we recommend that people do backups and do it correctly and how to restore it and the possible issues that may come up. So my main advice would be that people follow instructions that are official in our wiki or on our forums, and not on external forums that are not posted by us, because sometimes we post there too, but people end up following instructions by someone. Sometimes instructions are good, I mean they are okay and they work for most people, but for this specific case, it's a sensitive thing, so they should follow the official ones. It will be better off.
But how about the option like when in Samsung Galaxy this case we can back up the SMS or the other data? The very same way, if you could create some tool wherein the user can sync the phone, take a backup of his custom ROM, the stock ROM, and then implement your ROM. And then whenever they feel like they should be, let's say I want to sell my phone, so I should be getting the phone back to the stock ROM in order to get the warranty and other things. So I could just plug the phone back and click on the restore option using the tool which you would allow.
Yeah, we actually have, that actually exists, that's ROM Manager, okay? ROM Manager comes bundled with CM, it's an interface for the recovery. And from there you can back up your device and you can restore previous backups.
Okay, that is recovering the data, not the stock ROM.
No, it recovers the data that you previously backed up, the system image and the boot image. So from device to device this can be slightly different. For example, in Sony Ericsson we can actually replace the boot image from the phone, we have to use a computer. But for most devices, restoring a backup, recovery backup, like an Android, it will restore your system image and your boot image. So, yeah.
Okay. Now, recently you have told that you are going well with the Sony Ericsson as well. But the issues with the Sony Ericsson is the bootloaders. That's the biggest issue, which is now there.
It's the Sony Ericsson actually has a really nice policy about bootloaders now. So in 2011, for all their lines, they allow you to unlock it. So you just go to their site and you enter your serial number, and they'll give you an unlock key. From then on, you can flash anything.
But actually, once you unlock the key, unlock after taking the key, you'll no longer be able to avail the warranty with this.
Not exactly. Thing is, if you they get your serial number registered, obviously, for warranty and support reasons. But thing is, it won't you will have to ask them the exact policy. But from what I've seen other OEMs, and if a device breaks for a reason that it's obviously not the user's fault, like imagine the audio plug stops working or the power button breaks or whatever, that obviously can be attributed to to a software problem. Okay, it's not a big issue,
Right.
and no OEM will deny you service for that. Not even HTC. Okay, so no OEM will deny you service for that if you will not do it well.
Actually, the policy, I mean, when you are going to take that code, unlock code on their website, they clearly mention that.
Yes, yes. But the thing is, they are warning you against actually doing stuff that can harm your device, and they have to do it legally. There are legal reasons because they have, that make them have to do that. But they will not deny service for other problems. I'm pretty sure of that. Yeah, Sony Ericsson is getting better. So now I mentioned that they don't allow us to flash boot images from the devices, but we are working with them to make that happen because it would be better for both of us if users could just go back to the stock ROM from the phone. So yeah, we are working on it with them.
Okay. So I had a question, like, let's say I'm an Android user.
Yeah.
I'm just an Android phone user. I don't understand the developer part. I'm not a developer. Still, can I contribute to CyanogenMod? Like, is there any basic tutorial on how do we create a custom ROM, or how do we contribute, or how do we get started to all this stuff?
Okay, the wiki is a great starting point. So our wiki, most people look at wikis and think that they are like a mess of user contributed things. Our wiki isn't actually that way. It's very curated, and it's maintained by only 3 people, I think, and they basically do everything that's on there. And on our wiki you'll find instructions on how to fetch the source, how to actually build it for your specific device on your specific operating system, how to make changes. Okay, you can make changes and how to make changes and how to submit them back, and it will guide you through all the process.
Okay.
And still, if people find that it's not enough, we are open to talk with them. Many people make the mistake of posting on our forums. Thing is, lots of people read our forums, but usually developers don't, because we actually have day jobs, and that time, during the free time we will work on it. And if you work on forums, this means that if you are reading forums, you are losing time basically, because there's way too much noise. So there are specific channels that the game uses to contact us, like the CyanogenMod Dev mailing list, CyanogenMod Dev channel on Freenode IRC.
Okay.
So that's the IRC will be probably the best way to actually contact us, because it's asynchronous, so you can just talk to us and someone will pick it up eventually.
Right. So how do you fund this whole project? That's a question. Like, because we have been through the SAM firmware, and I'm a premium user of the same, because they have started a new way of earning probably.
Okay.
You can call it as a premium membership, where you pay some probably $20 if I'm not wrong to the service, and you become a premium member wherein you get newsletters and premium download links. So very same way, what are your future plans, or how do you plan to fund this project, because it's growing up and
we don't have lots of funding problems, because we don't have that many expenses. Okay, the expenses we would possibly have would be for bandwidth. Okay,
Right.
so we offer downloads, but bandwidth is donated by TD Revolution, which is a hosting company made by some of the CM developers. Okay, and they gently donate machines and run the whole CM infrastructure on them. So basically, it comes at no cost for us.
Okay.
And then we pay for GitHub. Okay, so and probably that covers it. We don't have many expenses.
So probably you are getting some donations, probably.
Yes,
or
we get some donations, and those are used to actually to support those specific
expenses.
yeah, like GitHub paying.
Right. All the expenses.
Yes,
Daily.
like small expenses that we have maintaining the project.
So there are no plans as of now for any premium membership, or giving away the tool, as I mentioned you a few minutes back.
We never talk about it. My personal feeling is that we shouldn't divide the community into parts. Okay? The world is already as divided as it can be. Like there is we don't want to have the 1% of users in the top, and then the other 99% in the bottom actually not being able to be there. I think it goes against the whole thing about an open source project.
But again, you could offer some premium membership wherein few of your developers, the contributing developers, could actually handle their problems with high priority. Like, let's say I'm a premium member, I could sign up to your premium forum.
The thing is, a premium member would pay it. You would expect all of these issues to be solved. Okay, and this is not how it works, because we are not the company. Okay, and imagine if you pay a lot for your premium membership and you have lots of issues. but for some reason one of the developers doesn't feel like working on it because he can't do that. He doesn't get paid. It's not his job.
So probably you could also share the revenue to him also based on the time.
Yeah, but when
it becomes a whole business model.
There are several theories about that, and when we have a really nice vibe going on of volunteering, and when you replace volunteering and the feeling of volunteering with money, things go wrong very fast. Okay, and this is a proven. Sometimes you replace senses of self-fulfillment or guilt with money, and things go bad very fast. So because people lose motivation, basically. Okay, so when you start paying a developer, it stops being his free time escapade, and it starts being his job. Okay, his side job, and basically it won't be the same.
But again, there are also chances that the developer would also start losing interest when he finds some other project paying him for his free time,
exactly.
And here he doesn't get anything.
Exactly. I mean, we are, most of us aren't really interested. Lots of people ask us this, and we aren't really interested in money. Okay, we do this for fun. We do this to provide for the community. We love the community, and I'm not sure why everyone keeps asking us, why don't you want to make more money? I mean,
yep. See, Wikipedia is a free model. They don't make money, but they at least accept donations. They don't even accept donation. They keep forcing users to pay, send some donations to run their servers, to run the whole project. And the very same way, you will also pay your permanent developers, allow them to join your team as a full-time developer, and pay this amount to them so that your project goes better. Instead of releasing a beta ROM with a little bit of some bugs, you could go for a better ROM because you have full-time developers on your hand.
I see your point. I mean, I can understand why.
But that would increase faith on the complete custom ROM itself. Like right now, let's say I have used CM7 and I get a bug, so I would. It's like I tweet about the same. Like I got a bug with CM7, so I'm never going to use it. Instead of that, if you would have had some paid developers and you would have released a very better ROM, I would have never got a bug. And the user base
not exactly that. Well, more developers and more development time doesn't really equate to less bugs. Okay. If
right, but at least you could give them better. ROMs would be better, or you could give the users priority based response.
Yeah, I mean, I see your point, but it's actually not the direction we are going at.
200 million Android devices have been activated, and you're almost like 1 million right now.
Yeah.
So I see like if you could offer some of these options, you could instantly jump at least 10 to 20 fold.
It's certainly something that we may consider in the future, okay? But at the moment, it's not something that worries us because we don't actually need the money, okay? So everything has been going great, and the feedback from the community has been good. So this is how it works for us, okay? So we are not sure, but I'm serious. I'm not sure if we introduce that component, if it will not destroy most of the team. Because then imagine that you pay some developer for something. How do you pick which developer gets the most pay? And you see, some people in the team will have to become managers and will have to have this whole infrastructure.
A corporate infrastructure.
Yes, and we want to avoid that as much as possible because we work in a way that's
freelancing.
Yes, and it works for us because we are working on our free time, and it fits right into our model. So maybe in the future, if it ever comes to releasing a phone, maybe we'll have to change things quite a little bit, but quite a bit actually. And we don't know about the future, but right now we have absolutely no intentions of actually asking people for more money.
Not for money, you can say like going for premium.
Or for memberships, we don't, at the moment we don't. Yes.
Okay.
What about your tablet support? Because as of now we can see that limited number of tablets are supported with CyanogenMod.
Yes. We have a low number of tablets supported at the moment because we have an internal policy that we wouldn't backport devices running Honeycomb. Okay, so there were quite a few people interested in running CyanogenMod 2.3 in their Galaxy Tabs 10.1. Okay, so they started contributing things, but we had internal policy. We won't download devices. Okay, this was just to prevent users from getting a bad experience from CM. Even in tablets, the ones that are currently in CM, we only did it because they were running, like the other versions were much worse. So we had lots of stuff for tablet support, and you can actually use it as a tablet right now. Applications still look like it is a big phone, but that's not something we can do something about. So, but in the future, for ice cream sandwich, we will definitely support all tablets so that we can. Yes.
Another question I'd like to ask, like the current existing version is CyanogenMod 7.1 or 7.
Yes.
Now we have announced CyanogenMod 9 version.
Yes.
That is ice cream sandwich.
Yes.
And CyanogenMod 7 is gingerbread.
Yes.
Have you kept 8.0 for honeycomb?
Yes. It was just a decision. Yes. There's nothing preventing you from building an honeycomb. The honeycomb source is there. Okay. It was launched when the ICS source was launched.
Okay.
So you can build for it. And yes, CM8 was kind of reserved for honeycomb, so we jumped the version. Actually, we'll be releasing CyanogenMod 7.2 while we are working on ice cream sandwich. And this will happen over the course of the next weeks probably, because we have tons of new devices coming and they need to get the gingerbread release before we completely move to ICS.
Okay, so you won't be releasing any version of gingerbread, that's CM8?
Sorry, no, the CM9. Yeah. No, we will be releasing 7.2 in the next few weeks.
Okay, so 8 will be completely skipped?
Yes.
Sorry, 8 will be skipped.
And what kind of contribution are you expecting from the non-developers, like you told the local language speakers?
Oh yes, we have Android in general has a big problem with translations. Okay, so sometimes it's hard to actually. I mean, I don't do translations for my own language, so I know some people who do, and I'm always pushing them to do it. And it's something that is very easy for someone. It could be easier. I mean, you still have to check out the whole source tree, and it can be quite unpleasant. We have been discussing doing a web interface like technology. They use something like this in Ubuntu on their Launchpad site, and we have been thinking about doing this so it could be easy for people to just change things and submit. But we haven't gotten around to do it yet.
So how do you come down to this number of 250,000 user base? Is it like, do you have some remote code installed on the device, like whenever they activate the device?
When you boot your device for the first time, we have an application that runs, and it asks you if you want to opt in for statistics. Okay, it's totally optional, and the default is that you won't opt in. I'm not actually, to be honest, I'm not sure about the default. Anyways, it shows a checkbox that you can check if you want to actually report statistics back in.
Okay.
Or if you are worried about what to send back, you can just skip it. So we understand that there are lots of users who skip it, so our user base must be bigger.
Okay.
But there's no way to tell.
So do you have any statistics like which are the top 3 countries who are using your CyanogenMod?
Top countries? China, US, and the third is hard to. I can give you specific statistics later, but right now I'm not sure about the third. But definitely the US and China.
US and China.
China is like huge. I think last time I saw it was like 130,000 users on China or something. So huge market. That's easily, from our part of statistics, that's easily like 20, maybe not 20, but 17 or 18% of the users.
Okay.
And the US market takes much of the rest. And then I imagine it must be somewhere around Europe. India is not that big on CM, actually. Czech Republic
It's growing up actually.
Yes, I can imagine. We added support for many devices that, because I was in DriveCon London, and actually some people like Kieran came to us and asked if we could have device support for some devices that are popular here, like the Galaxy Ace and the Galaxy Mini and things like that. So in the next weeks we have support for the Galaxy Ace. It's now in our tree. We don't have a stable release yet. I'm not even sure we have nightlist yet, but the device is there and it's fully working. Okay.
Yes, we have it, but it's unstable version as of now.
Okay, yes. So that's exactly why we are launching 7.2, because we have lots of devices that went in and didn't get stable gingerbread release. And some of them we feel that are stable enough that they can be a final version. So we'll be launching those. That's why.
So can you share some of the top used devices, like top devices wherein the same?
Oh yeah, those are public stats. Okay, so you can get to stats.cyanogenmod.com. Okay. But I can tell you. So the most popular device in CM is the HTC Desire. Okay.
HTC Desire. Okay.
Yes. And the reason for this is that it was a very good phone in a time where getting a very good phone was really hard. Okay, all the other devices were substandard. And then the second one is the Motorola Defy. Okay. And the third, it varies, it depends. I'm not sure if it's the Evo 4G or the originals, right? But it's always changing, so you can check on stats.cyanogenmod.com. You'll see a ranked list of
Sure,
devices.
we'll go through that. So I have one last question. So since you have a partnership with Samsung now, can you share some insights on the upcoming phone Galaxy S3?
We have no idea.
No,
we have
any idea
no,
or
absolutely
you're
no
not
idea.
allowed to-
To be honest, absolutely no idea. We have no partnership. It's an understanding. Okay? There's no partnership implies that there's a signed contract.
No, since we already had a discussion, like there's no monetary discussion anyway, so you don't have any monetary stuff here. It's kind of just you have you keep giving them code and they keep you keep giving them suggestions on the source code. So you don't have any.
We have absolutely no idea about the
Galaxy
devices.
S3.
On Samsung, we have absolutely no idea. For some other vendors, I personally have some insights on other devices, but I can't actually share it.
Any if you can share.
I can't, sorry.
Okay.
That's how it is. I'm really sorry, I wanted to.
I understand.
So I'm just telling you this because if we knew something about Samsung that I couldn't tell, I would tell you that, okay? But we don't. So for some other OEMs, yes, we know of some things that are coming up, but there's actually nothing legal forcing us to not do this, but they asked us, so yeah, we won't actually share that.